สถานีวิทยุสรานรม AM1575 การทูตเพื่อประชาชน
เพื่อไทยก้าวไกลทันโลก
สวัสดีค่ะ It is now 6 p.m. here on Radio Saranrom AM1575, the radio station of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Thailand, the radio station for people's foreign affairs. You're now listening to News and Views with me, Venus Atsawapum, and today we have three special guests with us from Australia, from the Australian Thai Youth Ambassadors Program. Please introduce yourself.
สวัสดีค่ะ My name is Angelica Casado and I'm the director of the Australian Thai Youth Ambassadors Program, which we call ATYAP for short.
สวัสดีค่ะ My name is Sulin Petrella. I'm one of the volunteers for ATYAP.
สวัสดีครับ My name is David Grover and I'm also one of the volunteers on this trip.
I'm very happy to have Angelica and the team here with us today. Could you tell the listeners a little bit about how the Australian Thai Youth Ambassadors Program come about?
So in 2012, actually prior to that, I had been traveling a lot and I embarked on a few leadership programs through my university, which was the University of Technology Sydney. And after that, I decided that I wanted to give back to my mother's home country. And so I wanted to be able to bring some Australians to explore Thailand in a positive way, to possibly not avoid, but I mean not come to Thailand to party or see all the sight attractions alone, but more to be able to go a bit deeper and have interactions with the local Thai people, to learn more about Thai culture and to experience Thailand, I guess, in its purest form. So in 2012, I was talking to Kun Ann Supinya Sonpratet, so the former Consul General's wife, and I told her about this idea that I wanted to run this volunteer program. And so from there onwards, the Thai Consulate General in Sydney decided to create this program with me. And so from then on, we've now in our fourth year of the program and bringing 20 to 30 Australians every year.
And I heard that the program, it's now become a foundation, is that correct?
We're in the process of thinking about whether we want to register as a not-for-profit, but that's something that we're definitely looking towards moving to in the future.
And we have Sulin and David with us today. They've been in Thailand for about 3 weeks now. Have you guys been in Thailand before?
Well, I was born in Thailand and I come here often every 2 years to visit my family, Thailand, but only in Bangkok. It's the first time that I ever went to Ubon Ratchathani, and it was very different to Bangkok.
And do you live in Sydney?
I currently live in Sydney, yes.
Can you speak Thai?
พูดไทยได้ค่ะ
And what about you, David?
Well, actually, last time I actually went overseas was to Chiang Mai in Thailand, so it's been very fun. Other than that, I've been very fond of this place, and a lot of nostalgia has been happening on Ubon. A lot of memories when I was little. But yeah,
that's
very
wonderful.
Fun.
And they brought with them a little cool weather. We have a hit of cool weather in Thailand during the past few weeks, so it's been really great. So how did you hear about the program?
So I heard it from word of mouth, well, from Facebook, of course, because everything travels through Facebook now. And I just signed up immediately. They talked so much about it. They said how great it was, what you'd experience, and it was all right. It was all true. I've never ever even dreamed of meeting such high respectable people before, and I thought we would just be teaching, but no, it's more than that. It's definitely more than that.
A group of my friends went on ATYAP last year, and they came back changed people. They just total different appreciation of volunteering, of the Thai culture, of the Australian Southeast Asia relationships, and they basically just pulled the laptop in front of me to do the application. They just such high.
It's like, you have to do it.
Yeah, they yelled at me, you have to do this. and it's just been awesome. Just one of the best experiences.
I think it's the testimony of how successful the program is, since the alumni have been really touched by the program and really enjoyed it so much that they want people that haven't had a chance to actually participate in the program. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time. The programs are for the team. It's very tight. So what have you been doing for the past 3 weeks?
So the core of the program is held in northeast Thailand. So for 3 weeks, our amazing Atyapas are out at 10 schools. So the one that just passed, we were in Ubon teaching at 10 schools every day. And then on the weekends, we would be exploring Ubon in different ways. So we also did a one-day meditation retreat. We visited Sampanbok, which is Thailand's Grand Canyon. And we also met some new friends from Ratchapat University. So we had some cultural exchange activities, learning about Thai culture, and then the Thai students learning a bit about Australia and our culture there too. So that makes up the core of the program. And now we're here in Bangkok for 1 week, representing Australia at formal diplomatic events. So here we're at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here today, and just sharing our experiences of what we were up to in Ubon.
How did you find the Isan food?
Yes, David?
Well, I grew up on a diet of no spice whatsoever, no chili. So it was 3 weeks of me just my pet, and it was good. It was really delicious, but sometimes they would say there was no spice or chili, and there was a lot of spice and chili, and I would be in the corner crying and things out.
And what about you?
I found it very delicious.
That's wonderful, and it's great. Not only you have a chance to do a volunteering program, but you also get to do a little bit of sightseeing and get to learn about the culture firsthand by mixing with the locals.
Yes.
Yeah, Ubon was a lot different from what I'd expect, mainly because of the Laos influence in the Isan culture, and you notice that in how they teach you different words, and they'd be like, well, for me, they teach me something in Thai, like Thai language, and then they would say, "Oh, this is the Isan one," and different approaches.
So in 3 weeks, you basically learned Thai language and also Isan language.
Bits and pieces.
How to barter.
Yes.
Very beneficial.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what about the rest of the program in Bangkok? What's the plan?
So this afternoon we will visit the Ministry of Culture, and tomorrow we will go to the Australian Ambassador's residence and meet some New Colombo scholars. And also on Wednesday we're kindly supported by Tourism Authority of Thailand, so we will meet the Governor of Tototho as well as, and they are hosting us a boxing. So we're doing some Muay Thai boxing training, and then in the evening we'll go and watch Siam Niramit show.
Wow,
so
that's great.
Quite a full-on program we have here in Bangkok.
We'd love to have some video clips if you have a chance. We'll put them on Facebook.
Okay.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs Facebook, and so everyone can have a chance to see what the program's about. If you can, I think you have the presentation of the program already summed up, isn't it?
Yes. So we've got some videos, and we can definitely pass them to you, so your viewers can see us in action teaching in Ubon.
Right. So it's very exciting, and we can spread the words and see there may be more participants next year.
Fingers crossed. It's looking promising, so hopefully for anyone who would like to apply back home in Sydney at the moment, applications usually open about mid-year, and you can please apply, because it's a great program to immerse yourself in Thai culture and learn about the Thai people firsthand. So I think that's very important, particularly between Australia and Thailand, because we're such close neighbours, and you can do so many wonderful things here in Thailand. So I warmly open up that opportunity for anyone who would like to apply.
So what's your Facebook page name?
So you can type in Australian Thai Youth Ambassadors Program on Facebook, and you can visit our website on www.austaiyouth.org, and you can we've got some blogs out there about our experiences and some photos, so you can have a look at that and see us more in action.
That's wonderful. Do you have any words for our listeners?
Well, thank you for listening. I hope this actually has brought you like some attention, some I guess if you want to look into Yap a bit more and just like if this interests you a bit more as well.
I think one thing I've taken from this program is that the world is a lot bigger than what we know, and I'm sure as many Thai speakers and like Thai people know that learning a second language is very difficult, and in Ubon we were able to give some passion into learning a new language. So if any of the listeners out there, I don't know, finding some inspiration from that, then I guess it's our job done.
Absolutely. So I hope that anyone who is interested in finding more about our Australian Thai Youth Ambassadors program, we would love to hear from people as well if they would like to collaborate with us, or if they have any experiences or any activities that they might be able to suggest that might even make our Yap program even stronger. I warmly welcome that. So you can contact us through Facebook and also through our website as well.
Thank you very much, Angelica, Sulin, and David from the Australian Thai Youth Ambassadors Program. It's great to have them with us today. Welcome back to News and Views. Let's continue with something interesting from Australia. This piece is written by Matthew Knott on mobile laundry founders, Nick Machesi and Lucas Patchett, named Young Australians of the Year. For decades, mobile libraries have brought books to the lives of those who would otherwise go without. I'm sure you've heard about it, the van with some of the books that drive around the country and let people have access to interesting books. Or Meals on Wheels that has helped feed those who cannot cook for themselves. But no one had thought of before was creating a mobile laundry to wash the clothes of the homeless. That was until September 2014 when basemates Nick and Lucas, both 21, decided to give it a go. Very innovative idea indeed. We want to improve the hygiene standards of the homeless, so we came up with this crazy idea of building a free mobile laundry. It started small. The Brisbane boys took an old van nicknamed Satsi, fitted it out with a generator, water tanks, and 2 large washing machines and dryers. Then they started driving around town offering to clean the clothes of those sleeping rough. Often they would park their laundry near food vans and free barbecues, allowing the homeless to have their clothes washed while waiting for a feed. The $5 to $6 it costs to use a laundromat can be a big cost for those without a roof over their heads. So the mobile laundry was a simple idea whose time had come. Armed with enthusiasm to make a practical difference and strong social media skills, Machesi and Patchett quickly expanded the service to Melbourne, Sydney, and the Gold Coast. Their charity is called Orange Sky Laundry, named after one of their favorite songs, now operates in 36 locations and washes 350 loads each week. Over 270 volunteers have joined up, and governments and local businesses have come on board to make the charity more sustainable. It's good to see everyone pitch in to make charity work sustainable. Machesi and Patchett have now been honored with the title of Young Australians of the Year to recognize their work to boost the respect and improve the health standards of homeless Australians. Last year, it expanded the mobile laundry service to natural disaster relief by traveling to North Queensland to wash the clothes of residents affected by Cyclone Marcia. And this year, they want to keep opening in new locations across the country, giving more Australians access to something many of us take for granted: clean clothes. Accepting the award, Mr. Patchett said the laundry service began as a simple idea: clean clothes and conversation. Many things. It takes just something simple that nobody had thought of before, and the drive and passion to do it. And he said that after 70,000 kilos of washing, we realized it is so much more. We can restore respect, raise health standards, and be a catalyst for conversation. We've found a way to treat others how they want to be treated. Mr. Machesi said that last week he met homeless man Grant and washed his clothes for the first time. As I passed Grant's laundry back to him, He told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Nick, I haven't been able to have a conversation with anyone for over 3 days." And so that's all about the mobile laundry founders that are named Young Australians of the Year. There's an interesting piece about another young person who's making a big contribution to the world in the world of tidying up. Her name is Marie Kondo, and she's from Japan. She was speaking to a sold-out audience in New York City not too long ago, and this piece is from CNN Money. You know, most people have 3 times more stuff than they need, and all that extra clutter, it's making us miserable. And what she said, Marie Kondo said, it's that tidying isn't just a physical thing, it's an emotional thing. She told the auditorium that you face things around you and you face your inner self. Kondo is Japanese and she's only 31, but she's on her way to unseating Martha Stewart as the world's diva of domesticity. She's on a global tour and about to launch an app. Fans come out to events to watch her fold clothes and organize closet. Her cleaning revolution is based on a simple premise: only keep things that bring you joy. Her first book is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, has sold 5 million copies worldwide and made her KonMari tidying method a household name. So she's been very famous from her tidying method. And she said she's a crazy tidying fanatic, and she claims she's been that way since age 5, even wrote her college thesis on cleaning up, the KonMari method. And by the age of 19, Kondo was running a consulting business where she would go to people's homes and help them declutter. She was in so much demand that her wait list was 6 months long. She wrote the book and started training others in her KonMari method. So Kondo doesn't publicly disclose her wealth, but she's almost certainly a multi-millionaire between her consulting and book sales. Her first rule, now this is very interesting. Her first rule is sort by category, not by location. What we usually do, what people are used to, it's cleaning room by room or one location to another. She said that too many people try to tackle one closet or a room at a time. Instead, she says, take one item, such as every book in your house, and put it on the floor, so you can truly see what you have. And the step 2 is to pick each item up and ask yourself, does it spark joy? It's important to touch every item and hold it with your hands, she explains. Your body actually has a physical reaction. You either feel uplifted or you sink down. If done correctly, Kondo's clients typically shed about 2/3 of their stuff. That's just in time for spring cleaning, isn't it? So it's a big marathon of tidying up. And she also has recommendations on how to store clothes and other items properly in your home. She said, I love folding clothes. This is a good opportunity to communicate with your clothes. This is a good way to see if there's a rip, she says. Marie Kondo demonstrates how to fold garments in New York City. I guess it's something that isn't taught in school, and it's a skill that could be really useful in sorting out your things and tidying up your home. Kondo has worked with clients all over the world, including New York, San Francisco. She says Americans don't have more stuff, but they do have bigger stuff. Tidying your home spills over in other areas of your life too. When you tidy your home or around you, you'll be able to hone your judgment skills, so you'll be smarter with your money as well, Kondo told CNN Money in an exclusive interview. After people shed clothes and items that don't give them joy, she says they are a lot smarter about what to buy and when they go shopping. You will eventually be able to save money a little bit, Kondo says through her translator. As for life as a celebrity, Kondo says she's sticking with her lean and clean ways. I don't think I've bought that much after my success because I don't have time to shop anymore. Condo sale tells CNN Money just before she hates to greet, about 100 fans lined up for her to sign their books. I think tidying up, it's quite interesting, and it's a very useful concept, especially if you live in a tight space like in Tokyo, where your apartment could be really tiny and you need to put things away neatly and you don't have too much room to amass your belongings, basically. I'm one of the people who have been having trouble because I travel a lot, and also every time I get posted abroad, I brought home with me quite a number of boxes of new things I acquire while I'm abroad that I needed. But then, after living in Thailand maybe for a year or two, I relocated again, and I was in Australia for 4 years, and then I rebought things again and brought them home again, and basically my apartment, it's filled with boxes from the history, from the past. And I thought her method of asking, does it spark joy, really helps in sorting out what you need and what you don't need. Because sometimes when you see things that are nostalgic, or especially with books that you spend a lot of time finding them, buying them, and hopefully you have time to read them. But what actually happens is that you keep buying some of the stuff and it keeps piling up, and you don't even see what you got in the first place. And I think when you use, whether it sparks joy, it helps you to differentiate what you actually need at the time. And it promised that once you finish with her tidying method, you'll come home and you'll be happy because everything that you have will spark joy. So that will be a very good start in life. So let's see, if you try her method and if you're successful with it, please write and let me know how it goes. And that's all for today's program. You can write a postcard with your comments or inquiries or letter to Venus Asawapum, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, 443 Rama 6 Road, Rajatevi, Bangkok 10400. Or you can visit as well as follow me and other programs on Facebook and YouTube. Saranrom Radio. Thank you for tuning into News and Views. Have a pleasant evening. สวัสดีค่ะ